What's up, ladies and gentlemen, my fellow toast strudels? I know it's been a minute since you've seen me, and just so you guys know, again, if you watched one of my previous videos on my YouTube, that your boy has started live streaming. And at first, I was doing just one day, but I said to myself, we could probably push for more about 3 days. So that's where I've been for the most part, y'all, for these past few weeks. Just trying to figure out, how I want to gauge the live stream, how do I want to schedule it, yada, yada, yada. Just to give y'all a quick example, just to give y'all a quick uh, update real quick where I've been, just so you guys know. And I'm going to do better and let you guys know on YouTube when I do stream if you want to come up. And I'll post my stuff in the description box below. But that's not what we're here for. But let me give a quick disclaimer, y'all. Please, like I say, stay hydrated. And this right here, I'm going to do a little something different. Because your boy has some laundry he got to do. And I said to myself, this is how I'm going to time myself. Hopefully I won't take too long. So by the time I'm done with my laundry on my, to your, this is my right, that's your left. Right here. It's probably by the time I'm going to be done and I'm going to finish what I have to say on this video. Because a lot of people already have jumped on this situation already. And I'm going to be quite honest with y'all. Ever since it unfolded just maybe a day or two ago, I said to myself, maybe I want to let this sit for a minute before I give my thoughts or my opinions on the matter at hand. And for some who may not know this, it's regarding to two particular channels. One being A.K.A. Preach, the other one being Fresh and Fit. Now, interesting enough, I've spoken a good portion about A.K.A. and Preach on my channel before, and also Fresh and Fit. And the thing is, I would say, y'all, that first and foremost, let me just give some clarification, y'all. I'm not going to refer to what's going on right now as a beef. I'm not about to do that. I'm going to say that it is a unfortunate situation in a certain aspect, and another one perhaps a fortunate one. And hopefully I'll get to the point why I make that distinction to say that it can go both ways. Because I would say, y'all, and I've said this before on my channel, but I'm going to say it again. It's good to take in opportunities to learn a valuable lesson, be it through your own experiences or through other people's experiences. And so the thing is this, for a lot of us who are looking at the situation, we are essentially the observers of what's going on. And I would say, okay, what's the most valuable lesson that we can learn from all of this as it stands right now? And I want to refer to something that I was just watching earlier today by, again, from Alba, who uploaded a very interesting video. And I definitely would encourage you guys to go check it out. In fact, I'll probably put it either in the comment section or in the description box below so you guys check it out. And it was about integrity. And, something I always appreciate about their channel is that for all the years I've spent watching them, something I'll always admire about A.K.A. and Preach respectfully to each other is that they never come off as if they can never right their wrongs. They never ever came off as they are always going to be in the right and everyone else who has an opposing opinion to them is always going to be in the wrong. I always appreciate the fact that they know when to take things lightly and when to take things seriously. And I've learned a lot about not just myself, but I've learned a lot about the world and just how people react to each other through their channel. And I always appreciate them putting out that content, and not just their content, but their character. And this is something that it made me think about something that I've been going through for the past few weeks, because I'm going to be honest with y'all something. And this is something essentially I want to share with you guys. Is that ultimately you cannot help but stay vigilant against people who are going to drag your name in the mud, people who are going to, slander you, people who are going to talk their bullshit and what have you, y'all. And it made me think to myself that, I used to, I mean, to this day, I still say it that, for people who, to an extent, y'all, I always found it so weird that people who are super effective by social media or cyber bullying, what have you, always found it very fascinating how people let it get to them. And don't get it twisted, y'all. I'm not saying I cannot understand the side of the bullying. What I don't understand, or what I haven't understood for a long time, y'all, is why allow comments from people who don't know you get under your skin? Because at the end of the day, now hold up, I'll say this though, because at the end of the day, if what they're saying is not true, what else is it going to do to you? Now I'll say this: if you're bothered by the fact that it may have a grain of truth in it, I say this: why not analyze that and say to yourself, okay, don't get worked up. This is the thing, y'all. Don't get worked up about the 80% bullshit that they're spewing. I say home in on that 20% and say to yourself, okay, why is this 20% bothering me so much? Because here's the thing, they might be in some way highlighting something that you have not personally dealt with in your life. You have, or better yet, I put it like this. Let's say they are revealing some shit about you that you've not gone through in dealing with it, you just skimmed around it. And that is triggering you in a way that's making you not be a better person, or better yet, it's not elevating you to your higher status in life that you could be living, not necessarily in a financial means, but more so on your person. And this is why I want to refer back to Abba's message about integrity. See, y'all, on this channel, and not even on this channel, y'all, but just me as a person, like I've said this multiple times, I would hopefully, in my own right, I could be an example onto you guys to be the best version of yourself, or strive for it every single day. And guess what? I've said this multiple times, I'll keep saying it. When you falter, there is nothing inherently wrong by any stretch of your imagination to have grace for yourself and have grace for others. Because you know what? We can all have our follies, we can all have our shortcomings, we can all have our letdowns in life. Every single one of us. At the end of the day, that comes with the human experience. But then at the same time, again, it's about balance, or say to moderate yourself. And I've said this before, and I'm gonna say it again on this channel, or excuse me, on this particular video, is if you're going to feed into your vices, you might as well develop your virtues, virtues, excuse me. And what I mean by that, y'all, just in case for some people, just again, common sense should tell you what I mean, and that should be the end of it. But for those who, for whatever reason, who just not understand what I'm saying, I'll refer to it like this. If you're someone who feeds into the vice of sloth, being lazy, not being lazy, but because I think sloth is essentially a term that is to expand on the extreme side of laziness versus being proactive as a virtue. Because let's say, like right now, y'all, I could easily just toss my clothes right into my drawers and be done with the day, right? And that is me essentially allowing myself to divulge more and more into being a sloth. Again, feeding into my vice versus working on my virtue, which is being productive. Meaning, while I'm making a YouTube video, I'm also taking care of my clothes. And don't worry, I ain't flashing anything for y'all to see. So there's a way to balance these things. And ultimately, these are things every human being has to do for themselves. And if, you know what, if we can be an encouraging force to other people within our own capacity, y'all, I think that's for the better. I think. But you know what? What the fuck I know. Because you know what, y'all, at the end of the day, don't ever come to my channel. Don't ever think that, because the way that I talk, the way that I carry myself, that I'm better than you. I'm absolutely not, in a sense that, you can never inspire to reach where I am. Don't ever think that. Or don't ever think that I can't divulge to where you might be in life. Okay? Like, another example I'm going to give you all. Because in one of my live streams I just did yesterday, someone had asked me about, what were my thoughts on what was going on in the with Afghanistan, the situation going on over there. And I'm gonna be quite honest. I told them that first and foremost, I'm not that well versed in what's really going on in terms of all the intricate details about the situation. So I told them that, for one, I don't want my ignorance, and I've spoken about this before, y'all, and I'm gonna say it again for newcomers. I don't want my ignorance to show, because we're all gonna be ignorant about something. So you can't get rid of your ignorance, but you can make sure that your ignorance does not take hold of you. It doesn't possess you. And I told them, I said, I'm gonna give you three sayings in terms of how I look at the situation. First and foremost, you reap what you sow. Meaning, at the end of the day, what comes around, what goes around comes around. Every action has an opposite and equal reaction. That's the second one to play on that. And the third one is this, is that it is what it is. Unfortunately, y'all, like I said, the best way you can look about life, right? If you're in a place where you look at life and you're in this kind of, I'm not gonna say you're nihilistic necessarily, but you're kind of like leading into that. The best way I would encourage you to look at life in a new paint, if I could, is look at it as a defined comedy, because in reality, that's what it really is, a defined comedy. Meaning, with all the tragedies that we suffer in the world, not just human beings, but just every living thing in the world or in our universe, in the physical world at least, if nothing else, that we can physically perceive with our eyes, then just understand that for all that tragedy to exist, there is harmony, there is laughter. For think about it like this: for every time that you cry, you can laugh. For every time that you have felt pain, you can feel relief. For every heartbreak, you can feel, a wholeness within you that comes from love. Again, everything has an opposite and equal reaction. So guess what? As much as there are different terrors, as there are different, horrors in the world, there are also bountiful, beautiful things to observe and to participate, to live and breathe in this life. And so the thing is, don't get so bogged down by foolishness. I've said it so many times, y'all. I'm someone, again, I do not encourage foolishness. But foolishness is going to be here to stay for a long time. But again, I look at human history. I look at the way that we carry ourselves for so many years, and I say to myself, it's such a shame. So much needless death. And I want y'all to pay attention to something I just said. I said needless. I'm not saying death in itself is a shame. Because again, death gives room for life, and life creates death to bring more room for life. In one way you can look at it. So don't get it misunderstood. Not saying death is a bad thing. I'm saying needless death is a waste of life. As far as I am personally concerned. So y'all, something I always want to do with this channel, and again, not specifically just this channel, but everything that I do in life, to the best of my ability, is be true to who I am. And when I say be truthful to who I am, I mean knowing who I truly am within myself and acting accordingly to who I am. And I'm gonna tell y'all something. It's hard. It is hard. There are days, y'all, and I thank the Lord up above, regardless if you believe in God or not. I can say this right now, y'all. I thank the Lord up above that I can only count on a few times on my hand, that I've ever really let the weight of the world really get to me. And what I mean by that, y'all, is like, and I'm gonna share something with y'all before I finish my stuff. And I'm gonna close it on this. When I was maybe about 15, maybe 16 years old, I remember I was at the house. Well, I was at home. And what was it? Yes, I was at home, and I thought to myself, what's the point? What's the point of being the good guy? I thought to myself, what was the point of having courage? What's the point of having charity? What's the point of having all these virtues if there are people left and right of me who feed into their vices and don't realize the damage they are committing to themselves and those around them? What's the point of me standing up for the right if so many people do wrong? What's the point? Why should I give a fuck? Why can't I not give a fuck? Because that's the thing, y'all. I give a fuck. And there's so many days I'm telling y'all the truth. And again, I'm thankful they're not back to back. They're every now and then, y'all, over the years of my life, that it's like I just don't want to give a fuck. I mean, like, I want to be like like, I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. I really sometimes, y'all, over my life, I've really wanted to just be like just be void of emotions. Like, I really don't want to give no fucks about anything, and just live and not feel as if I have to be stepping on glass every hour of my fucking life. And I said, fuck that with this channel. Fuck that with where I involve myself with at this point. Fuck that. I'm gonna be who the fuck I am. And I would encourage y'all, please be who you are. Now, don't get it twisted. I'm not saying make excuses to, again, feed into your vices. I'm not saying make excuses to downplay your virtues that you built in life, or you were inspired in life, or you were given in life. What I'm saying is this, that no matter what the situation may be, y'all, again, learn and do better from it. Again, when you look at the situation going on with Abba and Preach, going on with Fresh and Fit, at the end of the day, y'all, again, that dealing is between those individuals. Again, us as the bystanders or us as the onlookers, I say again, let's learn from this and go forth and apply these lessons to our lives. Hopefully for the better, I would like to think so. But you know what? With that being said, y'all, again, thank you for tuning into this video. I truly definitely appreciate it. And yes, y'all, I am going to bring some more content back to this channel. I am. And just for you guys to know, too, as well, while it's fresh on my mind, yes, and I think I've said this before, but I'll say it again, just to reiterate for you guys. The Sus series is going to be on the back burner for a good while. And the reason why I'm going to do that, again, if you haven't watched my previous video discussing this, is because, again, I feel as if I could do better with it. And don't get twisted, I'm not tossing in the garbage or anything like that, or it's going to turn 180. Absolutely not. But I said to myself that I definitely have a better opportunity to improve upon it, and I think get it to where I really want it to be. But it's got to take some time, and it's got to take a little bit more, elbow grease, but I'm going to get it there, y'all, okay? With all that being said, I will catch you on the next video. Peace, love, namaste, and I'm out. Bye.